Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Today we are going to see what are the anushtanams which are recommended by Dharma Shastra and Vedic Rishis for Surya Grahana or solar eclipse. Because a solar eclipse is about to happen shortly, and these gems from Dharma Shastra will help you to earn immeasurable punya if done in the proper way. Grahana is called as an alabhya yoga, or a very rare opportunity to earn punya and multiply the merits of whatever you do. Upamarde lakshagunam grahane chandra surya yoho. As soon as the eclipse starts, and the anushtanas which you do during the eclipse beginning will earn you punyas in multiples of lakhs. Punyam koti gunam madhye. The anushtanas which you do in the middle of the Grahana Kala will earn you merits which are multiplied by 1 crore times. Mukti Kale Tvanantakam. At the end of the Grahana, whatever anushtanas you are doing, or eclipse, whatever you are doing at the end of eclipse will earn you immeasurable, uncountable benefits. So what you need to do during this Grahana? The sequence is, as soon as Grahana starts, you need to take a bath with the clothes you are wearing. So if the Grahana is occurring at a particular time, you can check the Google in your city when the Grahana is occurring, and at that sharp beginning of the Grahana time, you need to have a complete head bath, come outside, change your dress, and those people who don't have father, they should perform tarpana, because doing a tarpana at this time leads to preeti or happiness of Pitrus for lakhs of years. Following this, you have to do a Danam or donation or charity to a Vedic Brahmin or to a Samstha who is involved in Dharma Karyas. By doing this, even if you give 1,000 or 2,000 rupees, it is equivalent to giving 1 acre of land in Kurukshetra. That is the amount of amplification of whatever you do in Grahana happens during this particular period. After this Danam, you have to do Japam. All those people who have undergone Upanayana or Punal, they can do Gayatri Mahamantra Japam, because one Japam will lead to more than 1 crore times Japa Phala during this period. Those who don't have Gayatri Upadesha or have some other Mantropadesha from their Guru, they can do the chanting of this mantra at this time for amplification of merits. It's a great period for Purascharana or Mantra Siddhi. What about ladies who may not have certain Upadesha of mantras? They can chant Stotra, Sahasranamas, and all this will yield to 1,000 times recitation even if chanted once. And towards the end of the Grahana, again you have to take the second bath. And after the second bath, then the normal work can resume. Some other important rules for this particular Grahana is also for those people from certain Nakshatras in which the Grahana is occurring. If you want to know whether in your Nakshatra the Grahana is occurring and what you are supposed to do, what are the special additional things you are supposed to do during this time, please look for my separate video on this particular subject in Veda Ghosham YouTube channel, where you will get all the mantras and the procedure for doing special extra anushtana for those people in whose nakshatra the Grahana is occurring, Janma Nakshatra. So you will get all the details. The other thing in Grahana is that 12 hours before the Yama or Prahar in which the Grahana is occurring, you should stop eating food or cooking. What do you mean by this Prahara or Yama? Let us take for example, sunrise on the day of Grahana is happening at 6 am and it is setting at 6 pm. The 12 hours needs to be divided by 4, which leads us to 3-hour parts, 4 such parts. So first 3 hours, second 3 hours, fourth 3 hours, and last 4 hours. So each of this part is called as a yama or prahara. First prahara, second, third, and fourth. So if the grahana is occurring in the fourth prahara, then the beginning of the prahara, whatever time it may be, from there 12 hours backwards, you have to stop eating or drinking. And then you can only cook the food after the grahana is over, after the second bath. Any items which have been cooked and placed in the fridge needs to be discarded, except for the permanent items like rice, dal, butter, ghee, milk, curd, etc., on which you need to put darbha and cover them during the entire grahana period, which can be consumed later on. For those people who are pregnant women, sick people, children, as well as elderly, there is a special discount given that they can consume food up to 3 hours before the yama or prahara in which grahana is starting. But for all the others, it is 12 hours before you need to stop eating. Another rule in Shastra also is, if the solar eclipse is ending after the sunset in a particular city, where you cannot see the end of eclipse, then the second bath should be had only on the next day morning after the sunrise, and after that only the food should be eaten. So this time in many cities this is happening, where the sun is setting with the eclipse before the eclipse actually ends, and you really do not know whether the eclipse has really ended or no, because sunset has occurred and you can't see the end. So in such time, when you don't know the end, then you have to wait till the sunrise, do the second bath at that time, and then cook and eat food. But this means that it may be for certain cities more than 24-hour fasting in India, which is very, very difficult. And therefore, for such special category of people who cannot stay fasting, for such people, roughly 1.5 hours after sunset, you can have your bath and cook food and have it, so that you don't lead to any health complications because of extreme fasting, especially if you are not used to. Please watch the description box, where all the details of the Snana mantras, Grahana Surya, Grahana Peeda, Parihara mantra, which is supposed to be chanted during the bath, the Janma, Nakshatra, Raksha mantra, which means while having a bath, what are the protection mantras you need to chant for specific people. All these details have been given. Any of you who want to know the exact time of the starting or ending of Grahana, a sunset, etc. in your city, you can refer to www.drickpanchang.com. Feed in the settings of your city and see the exact time of Grahana, fasting schedule, etc. etc. Also follow us and forward this video to as many people, so that you are fully benefited from what Shastra recommends us to do during the Surya Grahana, which is a rare opportunity to multiply punyas to immeasurable amounts. Namo Namaha.